All right, this is Nick's return to video game football. For a long time, I actually put YouTube videos out where I played Madden 96 on like a Sega Genesis emulator. And that was pretty good, actually. It was a fairly, gamified emulation of football, and this is also a gamified emulation of football. It has enough subtlety, though. I actually think that this Madden 2008 may be the best video game football of all time. There's a lot of things going for it, but this isn't here to review football engines. But suffice it to say, this was at the end of a great era of football video games before the monopoly basically crushed all vitality. The EA monopoly eventually crushed all vitality in video game football. 2008 was great. 2009, it was basically dead, murdered. The franchise continued, and their monopoly precedes 2008, but 2008 used all the right stuff from the competitive era of video game football. There's things like you can make your own playbooks, you can design your plays, draw arrows and stuff so that your players move in the ways that you want them to. But I'm just here to play football and talk about my offense. Doing everything right that the 2000s Cowboys should have done. I am righting the injustice that our leadership put upon us and winning Super Bowls that rightly the Cowboys should have won. But how it's going is, for the 2007 season, I did win the Super Bowl. 2008, I lost in the divisional round. Now I'm in 2009. I am trying to honor what happens in the game. I sometimes, maybe if I have a beer and make a mistake, I am forgiving of myself somewhat, sometimes. But I'm trying to take the losses, because if you always save your game and then just start playing, or just, keep redoing it, I mean, that's work. You're putting the work in to get better, but you're also kind of robbing yourself of the narrative. I've played this a few times, and let's go back to 2007. So I played other franchises, Dallas Cowboy franchises, and I've blown the doors off the league. So I'm trying to tamper my domination a bit. I'm not. One thing in Madden 2008 is do not accept trades on draft day, because you dominate the computer. The computer's so foolish with its decision making on draft day trades. Before the draft, trades are pretty good, acceptable, economical decisions. Anyway, so let's go back to this. I won the Super Bowl. It was a tough game. It was crazy. Patriots put so much pressure on me. They scored, I don't know if they have the box scores for this game. Yeah, last season. But they scored 42 points in the first half. And we scored touchdown to touchdown, going toe to toe the entire first half. Finally forced some punts in the second half and won the game. 2008, though, I didn't make it. And somehow the Jets, who got into the playoffs at 8-8, winning their division. This is a Jets team that has like Bernice Cole, Chad Pennington, who never got injured. Do not have Santana Moss, but they had all those great offensive linemen that Bill Parcells had drafted. They had Curtis Martin. I'm trying to remember who the defensive players were, but they won the Super Bowl, and the Rams were really tough. They had a healthy Mark Bolger. They still had Torrey Holt in his prime. Isaac Bruce. I thought the Rams were going to win that game, but of course somehow the Jets got into the Super Bowl and won it all. Rams, you see the Panthers last year were so good. They were 15-1. Rams 13-3. I didn't make it out of the division. I lost to the Rams. Freaking field goals at the end of the game. Cannot believe the Jets. Just what? I had to play in the wild card this year. I learned, because in the first year, 2007, I kind of I was like, man, the playoffs are easy. The playoffs are easier than regular season games, is what I thought. And I think the reality is that home games are really easy in the playoffs. Home games are much easier. And Alright, so I didn't get home games in 2008. I didn't get the home playoff games. I won my home playoff game in the wild card. Thumping Seahawks, beating pretty bad actually, much closer than that, much harder than that score looks. The week 17, I actually lost to them. I went up to Seattle and I wanted to win because I wanted to be 11-5, and it just didn't happen. Anyway, so home field advantage is a real deal in Madden 2008 at any rate. But we're not week 17 yet. Haven't even played week 3. And so I just wanted to talk about the history a little bit so you can see that I'm playing the Panthers, who are rated pretty strong. I'm also a very strong team. Alright, let's just get to this game. Alright, I'm running 3-4. I actually have grown to really like the 3-4. It's not just because DeMarcus Ware and the Dallas personnel, but the Dallas personnel and DeMarcus Ware do play a great 3-4. DeMarcus Ware has led the league in sacks each season that I've played. He had 26 sacks and won the Defensive Player of the Year for 2007. 26. He had 6 sacks in one game against the football team. Alright, so Monday I'll have to figure out the logic. I'm going to review these videos, figure out what direction the wind's blowing, and what it means in terms of picking which direction I'm kicking at that point. Alright, so I am 2 draft classes into my football team, and
kickoff return 25 yards.
I don't do draft day trades because those are just like practically abusive, so overpowered that you just dominate the rest of the NFL very quickly. I do accept trades beforehand. I don't prevent the computer from making trades. The computer can do all the trades it wants, but if it trades with me, I have such a big advantage. It's ridiculous. It's like comical. Laugh. Ha, 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 ha. But beforehand, I do trade. So my players are like speed players, like cornerbacks or wide receivers that are getting pretty slow in their last year of the contract. I try to trade them. So I do end up with first-round picks in excess. I got to stop talking. Focus. All right. I'm actually going to highlight Smith. He's such a huge injury. I'm going to cover 1. Okay. Steve Smith's a huge threat. I don't think I went ahead and looked at their depth chart beforehand. Yeah, in this universe, Aaron Rodgers gets cut by the Packers after 3 years, or 2 years. It took them 2 years, and they freaking cut Aaron Rodgers, and I signed him. He was actually my backup last year, and he started 2 games and plays well. He's got a really strong arm. His throwing accuracy is underrated in this video game. He's obviously not the player he really is in this video game. All right, what am I looking for? So Terrell Owens he's getting up there in age, speed 86, but he has this NFL icon status. And so I do want to keep him around for that because I think if you have icon status, it actually, when you're on the field, gives your teammates boost awareness, which improves the speed of their decision making. So I want to look at the Panthers, though. Steve Smith has a lot of speed. Their second wide receiver does not. So I'm not too scared of getting beat deep by D. Jarrett, but it can happen. 87 is enough to do damage. They have speed. But, oh, my God, what are these guys? Oh. They have an offensive line. Oh, Bubba Franks. I remember him. He's probably faster than 64. He played for the Packers for, I think this is like his 3rd contract. He moved to the Panthers from Green Bay Packers. I vaguely remember most of these players. Chuck Perry was invented by the computer for the draft, right? Okay, Steve Smith, huge threat. Deep, or even just catch a short pass, take it deep. Need to Either double cover him, shade safeties, do the thing where I focus my pass defense on him. I don't entirely know what happens on a given play. In fact, I might try to do something in the practice simulator, figure out what the focus mechanism actually does.
A 47-yard punt, returned for a gain of 8 yards.
Bloom was my first free agent signing pick. As soon as I took over the Cowboys,
27-yard line.
I was like, whoa, I think we need some speed at our third or fourth wide receiver position. That's some over 95 speed. So they have Julius Peppers. This is going to be hard. I'm going to try it. So that linebacker.
Jones with the carry. No gain on the
Stuffed me
play.
in the hole. And then my guy wasn't able to
2nd and 11.
make a move
Ball
after
on the
that.
26-yard line.
But the first snap of every drive is always rough for me. I do a lot of pre-snap motion. Alright, so I'm going to do... well, this is the audible I called into. You'll see there's only 5 linemen. I don't want to run towards Julius Peppers, who is truly a destructive player in this video game.
Jones, the ball carrier. 9-yard gain on the play.
Okay, bring in my second halfback. Traded Marion Barber for a first-round pick.
Ball on the 35-yard
Totally
line.
worth it. This is my second year without him. I mean, he won a Super Bowl. He was valuable. Depth. If you turn, like, okay, I've played this video game where I have turned off depth. Not depth, I'm sorry. I turned off injuries. And that lets you play football in a different way. You can run your quarterback in a way that makes you unafraid of injuries.
36. Watch a man.
Stuff like that.
We got it.
But it also makes depth irrelevant, which is kind of not as fun. Man, I totally
With
was
the carry.
talking.
No gain on the
I'm going
play.
to threaten. Bethel Johnson can actually carry the football. I've done this before with Bethel Johnson. He went to Texas A&M. Good player.
Big play, baby.
Speed's his deal.
Right here, right now. Black 19.
But right now, I just need him to kind of knife through
Deuce it.
behind number 63 and not get cut off at 77. Cover the football. All right.
First down, Cowboys.
Love the stadium
First and
chant.
10. Ball on the 46-yard line.
Stay backside. Get it started. All right, now. 3-2.
All right. Do I really want to do this cutback to that direction?
Let's do our thing. All on us,
I do.
y'all.
Jones on the run. 3-yard gain on the play.
Man, my halfback is looking tired. I mean, I've already been resting him.
Ball on the
Have I like
50-yard
called
line.
like, what is going on? Statistics drive something. I've just called 5 runs in a row. I'm gonna keep doing that. Sometimes you bust a big one.
Go.
But the thing is that if you prove you can run early in video game football, they will defend it the whole game,
I can do it, baby.
which means the pass,
All right, let's go.
play action
Will.
pass.
You gotta
I
believe
need to check their cornerbacks
Let's go.
and their safeties. But all that stuff becomes easier if you run it early. Running outside doesn't always work.
With the carry.
The cornerback
5-yard
can
gain
beat
on the
my
play.
wide receiver on the block, for example, and cut me off. What I need is a cornerback. Okay. All their cornerbacks have enough speed to keep up with my... Ooh, wait. So their 4th cornerback is a strong safety. That's pretty common. He probably has good enough awareness. That's kind of a mediocre awareness. Awareness affects the speed at which players react to events on the football field. like a player in zone defense will react faster to a ball in the air if their awareness is higher, and then their speed gets them there quicker. But you can make up for a lower speed with a good enough awareness. And that's certainly basically what middle linebackers make their living off of. Good awareness from your linebackers being pretty important. Let's see here. See, that's pretty good. Let's see what the Cowboys do. Yeah, so this mid-80s stuff. Who has the highest awareness on the team? I am curious. Let's go look at. I guess we don't have a full roster, but I bet like maybe my icon players like Terrell Owens, 95. So I want to keep my icon players on the field generally because they also, the icon status confers benefits to my offensive linemen have really high awarenesses in general. All right, I'm done. Sorry, guys. Back to some football. 3rd and inches. I'm going to line up with 2 tight ends and a running back in a
3rd and 1.
5 wide receiver pass formation.
45-yard line.
And you see how they have 3 split defensive linemen. Huge gaps. That is a classic mistake against my offense, which finds it incredibly easy to gain 1 or 2 yards against that formation. That even was Jason Witten somehow on the carry. I wasn't paying attention. Tight end in the slot. Even Jason Witten can gain 8 yards. So this is the formation I meant to call. It has Anthony Fasano as a tight end at number 88, Witten at 82, Julius Jones in the slot. And I love this personnel grouping. Basically, the secret is you need to match personnel. If I have 2 tight ends and a running back, you need 2 tight ends. I mean, you need 2 linebackers that can keep up with my tight ends. Like if I have really fast tight ends, you better have a fast linebacker. And then whoever matches up with a running back. Maybe you have a cornerback, or maybe you have a strong safety who's a better matchup. Because the running backs tend to be more different from each other than tight ends do. So you need a more flexible approach to dealing with the running backs. But I run, what my actual scheme is I moved Anthony Fasano. I used a roster editor because he was floundering at tight end, and I formally made him a fullback, and his overall went from like 79, because he's always just like real Cowboy fans know, people just kind of vanished as Jason Witten's backup because you don't get enough snaps. You don't get to play the real tight end position because what was actually going on is that Jason Witten was playing the tight end position, and the other tight end, who was Fasano or Martellus Bennett, those were the 2 better ones during that period. There were actually a lot of good tight ends, but they were just anyway. So Fasano and Bennett were actually asked to play fullback / H-back / tight end. It's sort of a different position that also involves drive blocking. And the thing is that Fasano and Martellus Bennett were good professional tight ends. They weren't Hall of Fame tight ends like Jason Witten. And they just kind of floundered in obscurity in Dallas. They went on, they both had 2nd, maybe even 3rd contracts, and were contributors to teams. You know, they were relevant players. Anyway, so I moved Fasano to fullback, where he blossoms as a player. But this also allows me to run this normal personnel with 5 wide receivers. So it says package normal. So that means
1st and 10.
I got a running back, I got 2 tight ends, I got 2 wide receivers. All right, right now they are doing something weird with. I'm just gonna run. Julius Peppers got me.
On the run.
All right.
1-yard gain.
I need to
on the
focus
play.
for a second. I do get guilty.
2nd and 9.
I do so many
Ball on the
pre-snap
35-yard
adjustments
line.
You can't stop me.
that I often just call the same plays over and over again. All right, let's actually see.
Defense,
Is
get
this
ready.
man coverage?
Spread again.
Does
I
that
can do
guy
it, baby.
follow
I'm coming through, baby.
Fasano? It's
All on us,
man
y'all.
with
Keep
some
moving. Don't
zone
stop. Don't stop that
elements.
motor. Play hard and fast,
Fasano,
baby.
go back.
Danny.
So you can see this little like shape I make here on the left-hand side. It's a pretty good passing combination that usually gets someone open.
Incomplete pass.
Shouldn't have thrown that one.
Fasano, the intended receiver on the play. 3rd and 9.
So maybe I'm not a very good
Ball on
Madden
the
player.
35-yard line.
That's my
Watch the
secret.
snap down, so we gonna take it.
Black,
All
19.
day, baby. Come on.
All right.
Nothing deep.
Set.
Not a whole lot of
Let's go. I got him.
obvious weaknesses here.
They soft, man.
Purple.
Up top.
19.
Keep that crush on them. You can't stop me.
Nothing long. Nothing long. Hey.
3 ball.
Oh man. Thank you for
Marshall
chasing that
makes
man
the
down.
interception.
All right. The Panthers are a pretty good team. As you recall, they went 15-1. All right, I'm going to go vanilla
First
first.
and 10.
All right, so this is what I mean by
43-yard line.
highlighting someone. I want to highlight Smith.
Tampa. Rush in. That's what I think.
Reportedly, my players shade a little
Williams,
more towards
ball
Smith in
carrier.
coverage.
7-yard gain on the play.
This is my favorite. When they go really heavy on the wide
2nd and
receivers,
3.
it basically
Ball
makes
on the
DeMarcus Ware a
50-yard
free
line.
blitzer.
You gotta believe it. It's all day.
4 or 5 wide receivers.
From the start. Here we go. Got him right.
Perry with the reception. First down on the play. First and 10.
All right, this will send a
Ball
blitzer
on
up the
the
middle
46-yard line.
Over swing right.
and mishmash the zones behind it. If your players have a good enough awareness, zone is a good running defense.
Under 10.
If they have a good enough awareness to
On the
react to the
3
ball
yard
carrier
gain
getting
on
the
the
ball,
play.
then the zone lets them like stay backwards, see what's going
2nd
on,
and
and
7.
then
Ball on the
run on the ball
43-yard
carrier.
line.
Let's go, D. Solo. Watch each other back. Come on.
Williams, the ball carrier. 7-yard
Right.
gain on the play.
need to make some plays. I'm talking
First
so
and
much.
10. Ball on the 35-yard line.
I'm coming through,
All
baby.
right, cover one, which has a
watch the
blitz
screen.
come.
Get it, sorry.
Anthony Spencer didn't work. That's gonna work. Oh, he dropped it.
Incomplete pass.
Straight up a
On
drop.
the coverage.
I often call so many
2nd and 10. Ball on the
audibles.
35-yard line.
Here we go, baby. Watch your eyes. Burn
blitz
back.
up the middle with man coverage
Watch
behind
out.
it. Uh-oh.
Williams on
Man,
the run.
that safety
Gain
who
of
whiffed,
10
he's
on the
my
play.
new starting free safety. I just
3rd
traded
and
Ken
inches.
Hamlin for a
Ball
first-round
on the
pick. He's in the last year of his
26-yard line.
contract in my roster. It's getting tough to like do it
Bring
financially.
it up.
So I traded him for a first-round pick for next year.
Blue down. Hey.
And so that's my new starting free safety. And he totally whiffed on that tackle.
Fletcher with the reception. First
All right.
down on the play.
These guys are playing pretty good. I use jam middle,
First and goal.
almost like
Ball on the 1-yard line.
Tampa.
if you studied my game film, you would know that I use jam middle on the first call of every first like goal line situation.
Play football.
I find that the offense almost always runs up the middle the very first
First and goal.
play
Ball
call.
on
Not
the
always.
1-yard
I'll
line.
probably get burned to the outside here.
Get some swat going. Get it, son.
Steve Smith.
Touchdown,
of
Carolina.
course. Jeez. What's going on? Who's George? Yeah, I don't care about that. So on my kick defense, you can block field goals in this game, but you need your fastest player there. That guy's pretty fast, 96. Wait, that's Terrence Newman. How fast is this guy? That ain't doing it. Jeez. He has a speed of 84. I need speed and acceleration. So of the guys I can use, it's just Terrence Newman is really far and away the best at this corner spot. So it's not guaranteed or anything, but I'll block like 1 in 10 field goals. The trick is to watch for a white circle that forms under the center
Carolina
right as
is
they
lined
begin
up
to
for the
snap the
kickoff.
ball. And that is your
Boom,
cue
back to return.
to act. Works as pass rusher. It also works for kick returns. Not kick returns, for field goal blocks.
Kickoff return 24 yards.
And you need someone really
Boom,
fast
on the return.
who's
First and
maneuverable,
10.
so they have a high
Ball on the
agility, so they have high speed,
28-yard
high
line.
acceleration to get there, and maneuverability, so agility to turn the corner. It's a lot of the same traits you want in great secondary members, great defensive ends, but they're great defensive ends aren't fast enough, so you need cornerbacks pretty much. Whoa. Thought that wasn't intercepted. I'm worried about Terrell Owens. I don't know. I mean, he's still rated very high. I don't know. Does he get open? Like,
Second and 10. Ball on the 28-yard
the
line.
game rates him as a good wide receiver still. But I am not sure how to use the guy that doesn't create separation like he doesn't anymore.
All right, now. Let's do our thing. Let's do our thing.
Keep going with these little outside slants if they don't do zones on the shallow. Like the way to defeat that pass I just threw is to have one cornerback at least occasionally be shallow zone, so that my cutback route doesn't. All right, so they brought a corner up. I have a really fast dude here, number 5, Johnson.
Watch the ball. 64.
Let's see if I can move him slightly. Oh, having a speed dude. He was close. Close. Alright, so 2 tight ends.
Knock him out. Everything you got. What's the hard count?
Set.
We like to practice.
Black. 36. 64.
I'd rather just keep the tight ends out wide, but they have a significant advantage. I shouldn't have taken that hold.
Jones with
I
the
should have taken the
carry.
hold slightly to the
1-yard
left,
gain on the play.
I think. Let me see here.
Hey.
I should have followed right there. Should have followed my offensive lineman. Cut it inside towards the trash. The
3rd and 9. Ball on the 42-yard line.
gotta pay attention, Nick. What are you doing?
Purple. Set. 49.
Here we go. You gotta believe it. It's our game. Stay with me. From the start.
Well, they're right to double cover Johnson in this play.
Nothing long. Purple. 64. Orange. 36.
Play football.
Orange. 36. Black. 19.
Oh, this is too tough for you.
Oh, wait, that's Julius Peppers over there.
Hey, D-line, watch the screen.
Zig. Hey.
All right, so the secret to making a play like that.
Hey.
I saw that Julius Jones, that linebacker here, he was matched. Julius Jones, my running back, who has a speed of 91, which is pretty fast for running back. It's not terribly fast. There's definitely faster running backs, and there's also slower running backs with usually more power. But Julius Jones has enough speed to be a deep threat as a pass catcher. This linebacker was slow to cover him, and the way a linebacker would be good blocking or preventing a deep catch is to literally stand in front of my pass receiver, so my pass receiver can't run freely past him. And so I moved Julius Jones. I noticed the linebacker was slow to get over him, and I hiked it as fast as I could so Julius Jones could run straight up the field with no one standing in front of him to to block him.
Hut.
And that's pretty much what happened. Totally clean release. Not even the safety's probably reacting. He's not reacting. He should definitely be reacting. But as soon as I started to throw, he reacted. But I think Julius already had this one. Oops. Julius definitely fought to make that play. And of course, that was me too. I kind of overthrew it. I need to get a little more accurate on how I do overthrows. I kind of overthrew it, so I took control of Julius. I hit the boost button, so he would run really fast.
Watch your man.
And it was enough. And then I hit the catch button when the ball was like a half second from there, so you could have enough time to go into the animation to make the catch. You have to hit the catch button slightly ahead of the ball getting it.
Bennett with the carry. 7-yard gain on the play. 2nd and goal. Ball on the 2-yard line.
I've just been kind of right-left punching them with the run successfully. This run's not going to work because they have their best players over there. All right, so we're going to use audible, which is all pass route thing, which always fucks up defenses in the red zone. I'm going to let...
Timeout called by the offense.
I didn't realize that was a 2-minute. Oh my gosh. Nick, you got to pay attention, homie. All right. I put myself in this really silly situation.
Ball on the 2-yard line.
Talking too much.
Let's go. Lucky. Ain't no thing. Blue day. Roy Sim. Let's go now.
64.
Be careful. All day, baby.
36.
Come on. Get it started.
Go.
Keep moving.
49.
Hold the look. Come on.
So what's going to happen is that linebacker is going to draw it back into
Purple. 60.
zone coverage.
Here we go, baby.
Orange.
Here we go.
36.
You can't stop me. Break it up, baby. All on us, y'all. One of us gonna make a play.
When that offensive lineman knocked that defensive lineman over, I knew there was a hole, a very big hole for my quarterback to run through. Basically, as soon as Flozell Adams just totally dominates right here, I was like, touchdown. So then I didn't even have to throw it, which is good because I made a cluster right here. Look at it. It ends up being where my wide receivers run into each other. They run into defensive backs. Nobody can get open because it's just a big mob. It kind of helped on this play because Flozell Adams, I did not expect it, but he just totally knocked this dude over. We'll check out who that is in a second. And because my wide receivers were in such a jam, it's like a wall of Cowboys up there. I was like, we can just run it right in. Who was that? Rucker. Rucker is definitely not Julius Peppers. And that's great because Flozell Adams is a monster run blocker in this video game. And after a couple years of my video game playing, and with the franchise mode, the players kind of get better at the things that you can do. Boy, I'm glad I ran that play and didn't just talk until the end of the first quarter.
Carolina will be kicking off to start the second half. Bloom back deep to return. Kickoff returned 20 yards.
I want to see who made that tackle. I think that was an actual famous cornerback.
The Cowboys will start the drive at the 23-yard line. 1st and 10.
Will. You gotta have it, D. Set. We're talking about bring it. We're coming to wreck.
All right. Here's hoping. Julius Jones.
Bennett
Julius
with the
Peppers.
carry.
That's what I
Loss
meant.
of 2 on the play.
He's like incredibly good.
12.
He
Ball
is.
on the
In real
20-yard
life, he was incredibly
Yeah, let's
good.
go, baby.
Maybe he still is. He might even still be
Here we
playing.
go.
Set. Orange. 49.
All right, now.
I'm gonna do my shenanigans.
I can do it, baby.
All right, are they in man coverage? Are they gonna send someone to cover Julius? They did.
They ain't got nothing.
Okay, see that number 5 winners?
Hey,
I drafted him almost as a joke.
Watch this.
Yeah, you
I am not throwing the ball
Let's
to
go.
him.
Be physical.
Black 36.
They soft, man.
Not
All
today.
right, they
Bring it up,
went
baby.
into like
Hey.
not the defensive formation I expected. I'd say that.
Jones on the carry. 9-yard gain on the play. 3rd and 3. Ball on the 30-yard line.
Lucky. Be careful. One back.
Set.
Here we go.
Look at my audible selections. I can go up the middle. I can go do a counter to the left, and of course I can always reverse it. I can do a stretch to the right. I got a play action pass, and then I got everyone in a route. Cancel.
Hey, let's go one deep.
Go. 36.
All right, now.
I'm gonna run a counter play.
Let's go deep.
Hey.
Oh, what?
Fumble on the play, recovered by the defense.
That's a drag. Not sure what I did to encourage that. I just didn't do enough to protect the ball.
1st and 10. Ball on the 27-yard line.
You can change what hand the
Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, watch that screen.
ball carrier carries the ball in.
I'm coming through, baby.
Cinco.
Run.
Williams on the run. Gain of 2 on the play. 2nd and
I keep
9.
calling trio sky
Ball
zone,
on the
and I keep
26-yard
optioning
line.
out, doing
Watch
different
this.
stuff.
Watch the play.
I want to bring
Hey,
this blitz
down there.
from the side that doesn't have a tight
Gotta
end.
have it, D.
Look at that
Stay
tiny
close
tackle, right tackle that they have.
Williams, the ball carrier. Gain of 6 on the play.
All right.
3rd and 3.
Those black
Ball
arrows
on the 20-yard
contain
line.
plays effectively also destroy screens in a funny way.
We like a pack of wolves. We turning it up.
Those black arrows are created. They're basically zones
Need a hell
at the line of scrimmage. Oh my gosh, I was just saying how great they were. And then look how my player just froze. I will never call that defense again. Until I forget that happened.
Set. Hot.
Alright. So I kind of pick randomly
Carolina
whether
is lined up
to turn
for the
right or
kickoff.
left.
Bloom back deep to return.
If I get it right, I usually have some success. Not a lot of blockers there.
Kickoff returned 15 yards.
Alright. Nobody expects a total foot race. First down.
Cowboys will start the drive at the 19-yard
Maybe
line.
these guys did.
1st and 10.
No more, fellas.
They're like, you got a foot race?
There we go, D.
Go.
Here we go.
19.
Watch out.
Orange.
Let us dictate.
64.
All right, let's go.
Hey.
Oh
First
man,
down,
if I just had
Cowboys.
like a couple more inches, could have like taken that all the way to the end zone, I
1st and 10.
think.
Ball on
Bloom
the
does have that
38-yard
kind of
line.
speed.
Let's go.
Everybody out here except for Owens has that kind of speed.
Set.
Yeah, it's on. Here we go.
Not today. Play football.
Check. Black 49.
So if they do a zone, right,
Under 10.
what I do is if they have a zone that could like be shallow, that would prevent number 4 from catching this ball, that usually means number 6 doesn't have man coverage. Like now. Oh, I should have thrown that with more
The
zip because he was
fastball's
so
incomplete.
open.
Johnson, the intended receiver on the play.
All right. Don't get stuck just calling pass plays over and over again.
Second
If
and
you were to
10.
review my
Ball
game
on the
film, you
38-yard
would see
line.
that almost every time I line up in this formation, I run a counter play to the strong side.
Hey.
Bennett on the run. Gain of 8 on the play.
I wanted to see if any of these.
3rd and 2. Ball on the 47-yard line.
Get it started. Clear. Clear. Got to pass off the ball. Watch each other back. Let's go, B. Let's go. Hey, we like a perfect rule.
Oh, that was terrible.
Rucker makes the sack. 5-yard loss on the play.
All right, what kind of kahunas do I have? All right. I want to win this game. That means I have to punt, I think.
Set. Hut.
I need to start angling that up so my guys can actually stop it. All right, as I recall, they just kind of ran over me successfully.
1st and 10. Ball on the 20-yard line.
And then Steve Smith caught a touchdown.
They soft, man.
Stay at home. Get some swat going.
Hut.
Williams, the ball carrier. 7-yard gain on the play.
This is a whole lot of man coverage.
2nd and 3. Ball on the 27-yard line.
Watch your eyes.
Let's turn it up, D.
Hey, here we go.
Set.
Me.
Bring it.
Hut.
Yeah, you see me.
You gotta be kidding me. Oh, thank gosh.
Williams
Ah,
on the
man.
carry. Loss
They
of
had
2 on the play.
My free safety single
3rd and
matched
5.
up one-on-one with
Ball
Steve
on the
Smith.
25
Instead, they
yard
did a
line.
toss the opposite
Watch
direction.
screen. Get me going.
Keep moving.
My free safety has a lot of speed.
Tap.
I just inserted him into the lineup after I traded Ken Hamlin because he has so much more speed. Ah.
You gotta believe it. It's our game.
At the end of the 3rd quarter, the score is the Panthers 14, the Cowboys 7. The 4th quarter is about to begin. 1st and 10. Ball on the 31-yard line.
Regular. Let's go now. Don't stop. Don't stop that motor.
Watch out.
Set.
All right, let's go.
The right tackle is almost always slower than the left tackle. It's a good idea to rush your fastest guy from over there. Oh man, I am not getting home on the pass rush.
Garrett makes the catch.
I really need my
The play
guys to
results
step
in
up.
a 1st down. 1st and 10. Ball on the 46-yard line.
Take Dillon's
Go make a play.
pretty good
We're talking about
at
Bree.
the
I can do it, baby. Bring it.
We got motion.
They ain't got nothing. Whip.
doing pretty good at making these reads across the middle quick.
All day, baby. Come on.
And yeah, their success running the ball has been a major issue. I mean, look at this guy.
Williams
How
on
many
the carry.
freaking dudes does it take to
Gain
tackle
of
him?
12 on the play.
And he's tired, number 49. Not a great look.
First and 10. Ball on the 33-yard line.
Yeah, it's on. Defense, get ready.
Set.
Coach, check, coach. Not today. Knock each other down.
Williams with the carry. 5-yard gain on the play. 2nd and 5. Ball on the 28-yard line.
Play football. Here we go, baby. Rock and roll. Hey, watch the ball.
Set.
Pick it up, baby. I'm coming through, baby.
Man, that's where DeMarcus where it
Makes
should
the
have been.
catch.
if I wasn't
13-yard
blitzing
gain
him.
on the play.
My guys, my defense are like, my free safety's tired.
First and 10. Ball on the
Oh my
15-yard
God.
line.
I'm about
Watch
to
the
lose this
snap now.
game.
Check it. Let's go. Everything you got. So we gonna take it.
We
gotta believe it. It's our game.
Jarrett on the reception.
Jarrett.
Second and 2. Ball on the 8-yard line.
Let's go.
Watch screen. Get it, sorry.
Get it!
Fumble
Caldwell
on the play,
on the
recovered
cover.
by the
All right,
defense.
so they might actually challenge this and they'll go. I mean, that happens all the time.
First and 10.
It's so
Ball on
frustrating.
the 10-yard line.
Keep moving.
All right,
Hold the look.
what I'm going to do is option into a play action pass.
Blue jam, blue jam.
Tell
We're
number
talking
3
about
to
read.
run really, really fast up the field. Yes! I had to do the user catch because I don't think he was running fast enough to get there. Play action pass. Great choice from the 5-yard line if you get the pocket. And you have a fast enough dude to take advantage of the fact that the safety bit on the run. He gets around the cornerback. Cornerback has to recover, so they lose some speed there. See, it's a zone to the short side. So the cornerback wasn't even keeping up with the ball. It's the safety that's already bit on the run that had to keep up with them. So it's already busted. The only problem was, did I overthrow it? But no, I didn't, in fact. Perfect. Stretch the field. Safety didn't tackle him. That guy I drafted, I think, number 32 the year after I won the Super Bowl. He's a good wide receiver. He's not perfect or anything. Terry Glenn retired, and now this guy's Mal, my number 2 receiver. But honestly, he's my number 1, and I'm intentionally trying to develop him because he's my he's my wide receiver of the future. After I drafted him, I was pleased to learn that he had good enough speed, great acceleration, which effectively translates into route running. I'm sure his agility is pretty high too, yeah. And good catching. His awareness is low. It'll get higher as he becomes, a star. Low strength. That means he gets jammed. Like Terrell Owens, he can push and shove his way around in a crowd. I don't know. I don't throw those kind of passes. The computer does with some success. That's not something I ever do.
Dallas is lined up for the kickoff.
They're
Smith
not going to
back
try
to return.
anything too crazy because they can win with the field goal. And they will still punt the ball at this point. Definitely my goal is to force the punt quickly.
Smith on the return.
I am exhausting my number 49. Hopefully this means he gets some energy in the future.
The Panthers will start
Works
the
on his
drive at the
conditioning.
21-yard line.
I like this defense mostly because it confuses some offenses, but it doesn't seem like Jake's had any problem seeing my zones.
Williams
It also
on
has
the carry.
really, really
No
wide
gain on the
defensive
play.
ends
Second and 10.
that can
Ball on
just
the
zip around.
21-yard line.
And I put an emphasis
Keep the
because my
throttle
pass
down.
rushers are linebackers. My pass rushers tend to be really fast if I can get them so.
Incomplete.
I don't even know why he threw that ball, but he must have been scared. He thought Ware was free. That was well covered. Who's that on coverage? I don't know why the mouse keeps showing up. Ah, yes. My free agent cornerback from a year ago that was good enough to replace Anthony Henry,
Third and 10.
at least starting the
Ball
season.
on the
Actually, he
21-yard
wasn't
line.
as highly rated as Anthony Henry, but I took that opportunity to trade Anthony Henry for a first-round pick.
Go, dude.
Running back, super open.
Go along. Go back.
I didn't mean that. That was a tight end. I meant literally
Makes the reception.
D'Angelo Hall for a while. So open. He says he threw this right now, he could start cutting up the field and totally get a first down. My guy that's supposed to cover him is over here. That's the dude that's supposed to cover this guy. Now this guy's behind the line of scrimmage, right? So he's not the first guy you want to throw to, but right now he's so obviously open. I would have done it because he could. You see, all my defenders are looking the wrong direction. Like this guy's the closest to him, and he has his back to him. So this running back could totally be cutting it up the field with the ball in his hand. But he never throws it away. And by the time, he never even looked at him, really. My running back, I mean my linebacker had closed in pretty successfully by the time. I'm going to try to block it. I don't think I'll even get close, but I have found that the punter kicks a little worse if I even try. That guy got knocked down. He's super tired. That was my free safety that just got knocked down. And I suppose those are the effects of exhaustion. Alright, so what I'm going to do is a lot of halfback slot.
1st and 10. Ball on the 37.
See how they line up and then exploit the mismatches. Right now, huge mismatch. I'm sorry, 6. He is the matchup because he has speed like you wouldn't believe. Again, these deep passes, I almost always have to take control. I almost always have to take control, especially because this guy's, I mean, he's only like a 76 as a wide receiver. Got him in the 5th round this year, and I was like shocked. The NFL draft board for this video game described him as a balanced wide receiver from Wisconsin. 5th round grade. 5th or 6th round grade. And when I drafted him, he had like a 97 speed and a 96 acceleration. These are terrific numbers. Good enough catch, a bad awareness. But if you take control of the player yourself as a player during the course of the play, you could totally like correct for the problems of awareness and then use that. So you take players that are slightly worse and improve them
1st and 10.
by taking control. However, okay, that doesn't work great for like cornerbacks, linebackers. You need those guys to make good decisions on their own.
Hey, let's go 1G. Here I go. Black 64.
So what I often do is like audible into like say halfback dive,
64.
and then there's a formation select.
They don't get nothing.
Go with the one where the tight ends are out wide. Peck the ball. Let's cover the ball.
Jones on the carry. Gain of 6 on the play.
All right. I actually do need to milk the clock. You see, if I only get a field goal, and they're not, for whatever reason, they're not calling a timeout. They should probably call a timeout. Wow, I actually can get a 1st down.
2nd and 4. Ball on the 5-yard line.
Oh my gosh, this will be a touchdown now.
Here we go.
The defense calls a timeout.
They finally called a timeout. That was such a waste.
2nd and 4. Ball on the 5-yard line.
Let's run, man.
All right.
Run,
So right now, what I'm going to do is actually,
Danny.
I'm going to call this stretch play, but I'm not calling it to the side with Julius Peppers. I'm going to take Fasano and move him to the right-hand side so there's one less defender over there. And I'm going to hope Flozell Adams is up to finding number 93 there. Oh, he's not. I think I got the 1st down.
Timeout called by the defense.
No, I did not get the 1st down.
The ball carrier. 3-yard gain on the play.
All right, so I'm going to line up in a goal line, byline, you know,
ball on the 2-yard line.
this.
Big stop, D, big stop.
But I'm going to do a series of audibles and see if I can just screw them up.
Defense, get ready. Play hard and fast, baby. Switch. Don't be in there. 19.
Yeah, you see me.
All right.
Here I go.
I have managed to remove their good defenders. Number 63 and my center. It's all about Andre Garrod. With Andre Garrod, number 70 also, Leonard Davis, Kyle Kozier there at number 63. These guys can make their blocks. Oh, just protect the football. That was not a touchdown.
Jones on the run.
And they had to use a timeout.
On the play.
What do I do? I think I won the game. But do I want to score a touchdown anyway? Things get weird in this video game. Oh wait, what am I doing? Why did I call that play? That was stupid. Alright, so what I need to do is go audible 1, Julius Jones, okay, that's acceptable. Audible 6, so this is my big pass play. They're running a route. You see there's a matchup with Witten I almost don't care though. Why would I do that? I'm gonna go back to
Take it
this.
off, man.
Orange.
You gotta believe
64.
this, RJ.
Call a cutback to the left.
Try again. Hold the look. It's on.
I'm doing a running play because I want. If I don't make it, I want the clock to run. But I did make it.
Hey. Hey.
I mean, the ball's practically being snapped. There it is.
Hey.
Okay. He had to shed that tackle from Morgan. Dan Morgan was a pretty good linebacker in real life. All right, so this game is far from over because in the last 2 minutes of each half, it is totally possible for both teams to score like 3 touchdowns. It happens really fast. And when they have a guy like Steve Smith, it can happen really fast to me. So I have to still play pretty aggressively. I can't just drop back in coverage. Man, they got a good cover. They got a good return.
Smith on the return.
All right, I'm going to go back to this one. Because it's
The
cover
Panthers
4.
will start the drive at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10.
One of us gonna make a play.
And we're going to
Defense, get ready.
highlight Smith.
It's showtime, baby.
Keep the throttle down.
Burns should be rushing. He should not be in coverage. That was a mistake. See, I told you, Steve Smith.
28.
The dude was even covered. All right.
Back in the gun. Here we
I'm
go.
gonna go cover
Watch the
4.
play. Kings one.
Let's turn it up, D.
Go make a play.
Yes, DeMarcus Ware. Maybe the only
Ware
interception
on the
I've
interception.
ever caught with DeMarcus Ware. All right, so we will go with the quarterback kneel down. That is the game.
Get it up. Everything you got.
Be the hammer, not the nail.
Let's go. Come on. Let's. Down.
Wow, a lot of memories. A lot of memories. DeMarcus Ware, first interception I can recall catching with him. Some impressive red zone rushing touchdowns. What button is it that does the Madden suggest? Okay, this will be the last play.
All right, here we go. Let's go now.
Big catches from number 84.
Back to me. This is wrong, man.
My wide receiver of the future. Kind of concerned that I don't know what to do with Terrell Owens. He caught one play, though. I think he did have one catch. Did he even have one catch? I'll check that here in 10 seconds.
That's the end of the game. The final score is the Cowboys 21.
All right. 5 of 10. Pretty typical for me. Probably some stupid high average, too, on my yards. Yeah, of course, there was that 89-yard pass that was off a play action. Oh, yeah, Jason Witten had a carry for a first down. That was pretty neat. Julius Jones' average wasn't as strong. A lot of times, especially if teams are really like in a 3-4, but they are running only 3 defensive linemen instead of if they're only running 3 defensive linemen against some of my 5 wide receiver sets, I find it pretty easy to run. And so Julius Jones can sometimes have like a 10-yard average. All right, Terrence Newman had a tackle for a loss. Any sacks? I don't recall any sacks. I felt like I could not get to him. DeMarcus Ware did come up with a clutch interception, sealed the game. That's a little below his average. Not a ton of first downs, usually a little more. Didn't Tony Romo have a touchdown? I forgot about that. They credited him with 4 attempts. I didn't remember that. But he had he had that touchdown when Flozell Adams crushed that dude. Yeah, Sammy Johnson had that beautiful 89-yard reception. This is an unusual game where I only threw 5 receptions. Oh yeah, on 10 attempts. Was lucky a couple of those were not picked off as usual. I can be the pick 6 king sometimes. I throw a lot of those when I'm not on my game. Alright, hope you enjoyed my 3rd game of my season, and I'll talk to you later.